Welcome to the weekly roundup of key economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. I'm Nishani Pigera, and here are this week's top stories. Second IMF team due in the country as full recovery not yet assured. Preliminary agreement on Sri Lanka's debt to China EXIM Bank. Malaysia to support Sri Lanka's regional economic bloc entry. In our top story this week, another IMF team is to arrive in Sri Lanka next week to hold extensive discussions on the second tranche of the Extended Fund Facility. This was disclosed by Vijayadasa Rajapaksa, Minister of Justice. He added that discussions will focus on the country's tax policy and other economic factors, and that officials are hoping to reach a final decision on the matter later next week. Meanwhile, Daniel Lay, head of World Economic Studies Division at the IMF's research department, stated that Sri Lanka's full recovery is not yet assured despite early signs of stabilization. He added that Sri Lanka has made commendable progress in implementing difficult reforms which are bearing fruit. However, high-frequency economic indicators continue to provide mixed signals. Lay noted that continuing with sustained reforms will be critical to put the economy on a path towards lasting recovery and stable and inclusive growth. Meanwhile, Shehan Semasinghe, State Minister of Finance, participating at the IMF and World Bank annual meeting currently underway in Morocco, said that the IMF's first Deputy Managing Director, Geetha Gopinath, had assured Sri Lankan officials its fullest cooperation in restoring debt sustainability. On Tuesday, China's Foreign Ministry announced that the EXIM Bank of China had reached a preliminary agreement with Sri Lanka on its debt owed to the Chinese lender. While specific details of the reform were not made available, Wang Wenbin, spokesman of the Chinese Foreign Ministry, said that a final support document has been provided. Sri Lanka owes China's EXIM Bank $4.2 billion or 11% of the country's foreign currency debt as at the end of 2022. Malaysia's Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Zamri Abdikadir expressed support for Sri Lanka's bid to join the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. The move aims to bolster Sri Lanka's economic ties with Southeast Asia. Discussions are also centered on enhancing bilateral relations, focusing on expanded trade and investment cooperation within organizations like the Indian Ocean Rim Association. On Wednesday, India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, met with President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the Presidential Secretariat. Bilateral agreements were signed aimed at enhancing cooperation between the two countries. They include the third phase of the housing project, modernization of 27 schools in the northern province, and uplifting and modernizing the dairy industry in the country. In our weekly tourism update, tourist arrivals in the first 8 days of October reached 26,272. Daily arrivals remained subdued at 3,284. The primary source market in the month was India, followed by Russia and the United Kingdom. Chinese visitor numbers fell to the 4th position after a surge last month as a result of the Golden Week holidays. Now let's take a look at the weekly movement of the All Share Price Index and the S&P SL20 Index at the Colombo Stock Exchange. Deloitte is acquiring some of PricewaterhouseCoopers Sri Lanka and Maldives network firms. This deal is effective from 28 October, includes 28 partners and 800 personnel. Both Deloitte and PwC are among the global Big Four accounting giants specializing in audit, tax and risk advisory services. This acquisition is slated to establish Deloitte as the second largest professional services firm in Sri Lanka behind KPMG. At the Treasury bill auction held on Wednesday, yields on all maturities contracted. Bids amounting to 167 billion rupees were received, of which 85 billion were accepted. The Sri Lankan rupee was steady against the dollar this week, with the central bank's indicative mid-spot rate ranging around 323 rupees. And with that, we wind up for this week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link below for regular updates on economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. Until we see you again next week, thank you for watching. Stay safe.